Good day, everyone. Welcome to ABC News. And with the UN month upcoming, we have here the Ambassador of United Nations, Ms. Zaria Ayla-Riego, to give us a glimpse of information about what are international organizations and the UN. Good day, Ma'am Riego. So may I ask, what are international organizations? International organizations that are bound by international law and also have international membership, scope, and presence. And these organizations have three powers. First is the power of classification. This is the ability to classify things, to create and to change their very meaning and identity. Second is the power to fix meanings. Since these international organizations are considered to be a reliable source of information, if they are to define things, it is considered to be factual. And lastly, we have the power to diffuse norms, which is the ability to spread and impose values and norms globally. Notable examples of international organizations are the World Health Organization, the World Trade Organization, and the United Nations. The United Nations is created after World War II. Its main goal is to create a harmonious community for its state members. Now, the United Nations have 5 main organs. First is the Security Council, which is tasked with maintaining peace and security among nations and extinguishing the threat to this peace and order. Second is the Economic and Social Council, or the ECOSOC, which is given the responsibility to create the international rules and regulations for economic, social, and environmental issues, as well as the enforcement of internationally agreed development goals. Third is the International Court of Justice, which is UN's main judicial organ. Its task is to settle legal disputes between nations. Fourth is the General Assembly. It is the main deliberative organ of the United Nations and it makes decisions on international peace and security. And lastly, we have the Secretariat. Its main responsibility is to give assistance to the other organs of the United Nations. Up next, international organizations are continuing their efforts in spreading awareness about state and non-state regionalism. Here is a clip of the symposium they conducted yesterday. Regionalism is a political process described as the coordination among countries to achieve a common goal. Now we have two types of regionalism, the state regionalism and the non-state regionalism. First, the state regionalism. State regionalism is an intergovernmental collaboration among countries to create a formal project, policy, or scheme to help promote economic, social, and environmental progress or development. Whereas non-state regionalism is the coordination of powerful individuals, non-governmental organizations, and non-state institutions in pursuit of a particular objective. Simply, the difference between state regionalism and non-state regionalism is that state regionalism is the coordination of government-related associations, whereas non-state regionalism, also known as the new regionalism, is the coordination of private sectors. And this collaboration is simply to achieve a common goal. Now let us discuss the 4 regional groups in state regionalism and the reason for their formation. First is the NATO, or the North Atlantic Treaty Organization, which was established for military defense. Its main goal is to protect and guarantee our freedom and unite its members through political and military means. This treaty, formerly known as the Treaty of Dunkirk, was signed during the Cold War by France and UK as a treaty of alliance and mutual assistance. Next is the OPEC, or the Organization of the Petroleum Exporting Countries, which consists of the 14 major oil exporting countries in the world. The main reason for its establishment is to gather the resources between its members and therefore have a leverage in its export trading. It was founded in the 1960s and its headquarters is found in Vienna. In 1955, 29 Afro-Asian countries gathered at Indonesia to establish the NAM, or Non-Aligned Movement. It does not align itself with any of the power blocs, however, it actively participates in the World Talks for Peace. The Association of Southeast Asian Nations was established in 1967 by 5 member countries, which is Malaysia, Indonesia, Philippines, Singapore, and Thailand. Its main goal is to provide economic assistance and interstate cooperation to avoid economic crisis. That is all for today's ABC Online News. Again, I am Kathleen A. Perez, your reporter for today. Have a good day, everyone.